Hi everyone, Sayer G, founder of GreenMedInfo here, and I'm making this announcement because back in 2018, we started to see deplatforming attempts against our brand, which is a platform that is here to serve by providing access to research supporting natural medicine. We've been around since 2008. For 10 years, we've been putting out this information for free. And then, of course, we started to see censorship attempts ramp up. And that started with Pinterest going ahead and taking us off of their platform suddenly in 2018. Then we saw that, in fact, we had MailChimp, which was a email service provider, enabling us to send the millions of emails we send out, again, for free every year, just took us off. They basically said, sorry, you cannot use our service anymore. And we found out only later that they are CDC funding partners. So a lot of what's going on with big tech and censorship is that a lot of these companies have interests in suppressing information on natural alternatives. And again, we believe that everyone deserves to have that information, and they need it, in fact, to have informed consent, which is a basic medical ethical principle that everyone needs to access in order for medicine not to be an assault against the body. Then we saw Google started to take all the results off the internet for natural health sites. That was in June of 2019. And we did a pretty extensive investigation and found a lot of the keywords that were being presented to searchers totally discredited or disparaged natural medicine, chiropractic, supplements. It's really quite remarkable. And you'll see a lot of the links to that below. Then, of course, we started to see how it was getting worse and worse. And in fact, I had an opportunity to do an interview discussion with Zach Voorhees, the Google whistleblower, who revealed that there is a extremely biased agenda with platforms like Google, where they're presenting information to the public as if it were an organic search result that in fact is manipulated to make them think certain thoughts and to push certain agendas. In fact, this effect, known as the search engine manipulation effect, which was discovered by Dr. Epstein, he found that that was the largest behavioral effect on humanity ever identified, and that 25% of the world's recent elections were likely determined by the search engine manipulation effect. So now the latest update is right now we're experiencing a deplatforming effect through Pinterest. They're censoring our posts. They are threatening to delete us. And we just want to remind people that we're not surprised by this. In fact, this is actually an affirmation, right? The information they're trying to censor from you is exactly the information that you need. So it's almost like saying, okay, we must be doing something right. And in fact, the information that they're censoring and threatening to delete us over is simply asking the question, is it correct for them to manipulate death statistics? Is it correct for them to basically present to the world this story about COVID being like a global scourge like the bubonic plague, when in fact the case fatality rates are similar to the seasonal flu? You can't ask those questions anymore. And that is why we are asking our supporters to share our information, because we don't have social media necessarily any longer to help with that. Get on our newsletter. It's free. greenmedinfo.com/newsletter. You also get an amazing resource when you become a member. It's a natural healing remedy book. And finally, please consider becoming a member. We are 100% user supported. You will not see advertising on our site because we've decided to take away that conflict of interest. And we would not be here if it were not for members and people who donate. So thank you again for being our supporters, and we hope that we can continue to serve you with this content going into the future.